Hi guys, good morning. I hope you're able to hear me. Okay, so anyone having any doubts from the Databricks? I'm just giving a mic for everyone, and you can unmute yourself if you have any doubts. Any questions? Okay, I'm just logging in. So meanwhile, select your questions if you have any questions. So I have used this only. So let me create a complete. So since it is a community edition, we have to clear all these things. So I'm just keep open your community edition. I'll give a task guys. So you have to do that. My cluster. Let's create it. So there are a few commands are there. Once those commands are completed, then I'm going to give a chance to write code for the use cases. Cluster is available. Let's go to workspace, users, and go to your DBFS commands. So we have seen rm command. If you wanted to remove the file or directory, we can go for that. There are few more commands that we have pending. Let me go here, the list of commands. Okay, so CP is done, head is pending. So head and put are pending. Let me take this command. So this is how it is going to be there. Head command is going to use to read the data from the file. And if you wanted to write the file, then we can use this particular this command. So put command we can use. So put is used to write the data to the file, and head is used to read the data from the file. Okay, so I wanted to create some sample file here as part of this. If you wanted to do it. Okay, so it's all just for practicing. If you wanted to do, you can do it. Otherwise, we can directly upload the file, and we can read the data using head command, or we can create a RDD or a data frame to read the data. Okay, so various options are there if you wanted to read the data from the file. Okay, so since we are having a feasibility to create a RDD and data frame, we can use those things in order to read the data from here. Okay, so head will not give much more readability. Okay, so let's have a look. I'm just going to take a problem statement, or let's go with a task. I'm not giving the number for the task. Create a sample file by writing some sample text. Read data from sample file. So first I'm just going to list out it. Okay, so we know it already. Let me add my cluster here. dbetools.fs.ls. So we can list all the items from this particular place, file store. So from here, I wanted to go inside this AD2. Let's go inside the AD2. I have a source. So inside source, I have a files. So if I wanted to read the data from here, you can read it. But I wanted to create a sample file. Okay, so I'm just going to take a sample.txt. So here I'm going to create a file here. So to create a file, you can use put command. Okay, so I'm going to use the put command, dbutils.fs.put. So here you can write the text. You can write the text here, not this one here. You can write a file and content that you can write in this particular place. First, we need to give the name of the file. And where do you want to store the file? We have to specify. So inside this path, I wanted to give sample.txt. This is the name of the file, and you can specify whatever you wanted to provide in this particular place. Let's say, welcome to Databricks. So I wanted to write this text to the file. Okay, just for sample purpose, I'm just taking this text. And once I execute this, it is going to write the data to this file. So the sample txt is not available in the source path, and it is going to be available now once it is executed. Just making this as a comment. I wanted to see the list of files inside this source. Now you can see there is a sample.txt. I wanted to read the data from sample.txt. So in order to read it, we are going to use the command called head command. So in head command, we are going to pass the path of the file, sample.txt. Now let's execute this. Now you can say welcome to Databricks. So like this, we can do it for sample purpose. I mean to say for practicing that we can take it. And if you want, not only from here, you can also use employee.txt. You can have it. You can read the data. Just observe how data is there. This is not going to be much readable, but you can read the data from there. Okay, employee1.txt. You can just have a look how exactly the data is there. Okay, so that is how we are going to do it. Okay, I'll give you one requirement. You also can try running it. Okay, so when you have a files, validate source is having the files, right? Let me take this as a task. So all the commands are completed from this place. Let's do few activities here. Create input and output directories. Okay, so you can do this, and then you can upload the files. Upload. Yesterday we have uploaded, right? Upload employee1.txt, employee2.txt, and employee3.txt. I can reuse the existing stuff, but I wanted to make you to do this. So for that reason, I'm just typing. So you have to do this task. Once you upload this, get the list of files from input directory. Get the list of files from the input directory. Get path and file name separately. Copy single file from input directory to output directory. Okay. So take 5 minutes and everyone please write a script for this, how you can do it. So this one I just take out, I don't need because we already done how we can do single file from with variables we already done. So just try to get this one. So in the next task I will extend this. You can do and you can share your screen. Anyone completed? Yes, please respond. Did you complete? Okay, so let me show you. Maybe you're getting some confusion. So at least the next task, we're ready for next task to do it. So first here, what I'm saying, I wanted to create a input and output directory. First, I'll create an input directory. I don't need to create output directory because when we are copying the data, then you can go for that. So first is input directory is important. So I'm just going to say a db utils dot fs dot mkdirs, and then you can say file store. So in file store ADE02, inside that we have a input directory. Okay, perfect, Fatima. Only one has, I got the answer from one of you. So here what happens is it is going to create a directory. Let me create it. Just execute up to here only. Now we need to upload the files into that. That we know already how we can upload the files. Select this file store, AD02, input directory. Into the input directory, I wanted to upload the 3 files. Let's go to data files. 1, 2, 3. Let's open it. All 3 files are uploaded. And just make this comment since we already executed this. I wanted to get the list of the files. So first and second is done. This one is done and this one is done. Now I need to get the list of the files. To get the list of the files, what we are doing? dbutils.fs.ls, right? We already talked about it. ls is going to list the content of your directory. So I'm keep on using this. I wanted to see what is there inside file store. Then you can see there is a AD02. So I wanted to go inside this AD02 and see what is there inside AD02. And I have an input directory now. I wanted to see what is there inside this input directory. Now you can see employee1.txt, employee2.txt, employee3.txt. The output of this list command is going to give a list. You can see here how exactly that is getting given here. So what it is giving? The output of this is what? The output of this command is getting this one only. It's a list only, right? The list of items only it is given. So if you want to get the only one part of that, and before that we need to store this inside the variable. Okay, so I'm just going to give the output of this into the list. List equals to something. Okay, so same output we are going to get if I say print a list. Okay, same output you are going to get. I'm just simply saying print of list. Same output only. Okay, so same to same it is given. Even if you copy this here and adjust it, it's going to be very much simpler. You can see. This is one item, this is one item, and this is another item. Okay, so I wanted to take only path. I wanted to take only path. So how you can take only path? Right? So this entire thing I just kept inside the list. You can give any name for this. Okay, you can give file list or you can give anything is fine. Okay, so I wanted to get one by one. Okay, if I wanted to get one by one, what you can do is when you have a list, I wanted to use for loop. Let me keep this comment here. For let me give a different name here. File underscore list. So we can use print of file. We can use print of file. Just execute this. Now it is giving one by one, it is getting printed. One by one, it is getting printed. We already know how we can print items in the list, right? So when you have a list of items, if you wanted to print one by one, we used for I in LST print of I. You have come across many times. The same to same syntax only. I'm just iterating the loop. One by one, I'm just printing. But I need only path. I wanted to take only path. So if you want to take only path, then how you can print it? I wanted to only take this path. So this entire thing is a file. I want to take only a path. Then file dot path, because this is having key value pair. Okay, so key value pair is having. So because of that reason, I'm just going to say file dot path. Let's execute this. Now only path is going to be printed. I wanted to print only a path, you can get only path. So that is what I'm saying. Get path and file name separately. We have seen how we can get the, we have a path, right? The path only is going to be getting. Let me re-execute this statement again. So I'm keeping this in the next cell. So I wanted to take only this path. So this is a source path actually. This is a source path. And if I need only a file name, I can take only file. If I need to take a size, I can take a size. And if I take a modification time, then I can take a modification time. So it depends on your requirement. You can take the required piece. Okay, so here I wanted to create a variable. File underscore name equals to file dot. What is the value for this? Name. file.name is going to have a file name. And file path is the right, this is the file path. File underscore path equals to file.path. So this one I can also say it is a source file path also, you can say however you want, you can say that. Now once you have done this, and I'm just going to print file path. Okay, so we can print file path separately, or we can print both together separately, you can do it. It all depends. Okay, so I wanted to say file name is available. Print file path. The path only is going to be, if you wanted to take only path. Or if you wanted to take only file name, then in that particular place you can just go and print file name. So it is going to print file. This variable you can print it. You can see. Okay, so this is how we have seen, right? Now, what my extended question for this is, we already know some parts. I just give a piece by piece, but you need to collect. You need to connect all of them. Okay, so I don't want to copy the folder. I wanted to copy a file by file. Okay, so file by file, I wanted to copy, and my file name should be in a uppercase. I wanted to keep my file name should be in a uppercase. Okay, so something like this is your input. And my output is employee.txt, employee1.txt, employee2.txt, employee3.txt. So this is how I wanted to get it. For this one, start writing a code. Okay, so take this as a reference and try to do it. We are already having the files. We are already having the list of files. To get the list of files, you can use this command. So this is the place you have to change. Okay, so write a code and test it in your place, then you can get to know. At least try to give pseudocode. That is also fine. Yes, completed. Okay, you people are not giving. Just underscore files dbutils dot fs dot ls file store ADA02 input target path. I'm just giving equals to. So target path we fixed it. We have to. This is file store, inside file store AD02 input. Okay, same. There is something is missed here. Okay, that's fine. So here the target is fixed. So where you wanted to go is you wanted to go into the output directory. Okay, so target path is ready and source path is not yet ready. We need to have a source path and we need to have a file name. Okay, so that's fine. So from here we have to bring it each and every file. So for that we can use for, we can say I in list underscore files. From here you can say printf I dot name is going to give the name of the file. You can see name of the file is getting. So this is for file name, and if I say path, then it is going to give complete path. This I can take as a source. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to say src path equals to I dot path is going to store here. If I print only this value, then you can say the same source path. So this is a source and target is required. Let's say this is target directory. A target path is required and file underscore name equals to I dot name. So if I print this, you can have a file name here. Only file name is available. So we can take this split. If you remember, we have done a split dot split based on dot. Let's see. Now you can see I wanted to take only this particular part. Then I wanted to say 0 here. Then I take a 0. Then it is going to get this value. And dot upper. And see here. And I need a txt also, right? So txt we can directly give extension, okay, or if you wanted to keep the same extension, then you have to take concatenate operator, we have to take this. Let's go with the plus. Same thing I have to take. Okay, so for time being, I'm just going to take this only file name is this we need to take up to here. I'm just keeping in this particular place. And then we need to have a extension also. I'm just taking out this. You can say 1 out of the range. Keep this brace here. Zero is coming. Let me execute up to here. Something is missed here. Dot split. I wanted to close this print function. Oh my god, why it is coming like this? Let's close this. Okay, so I wanted to say I dot name. Okay, so in place of this file name, what you have to say here is I dot name, because we are not taking it to this. Okay, so final file name I'm just going to store here. I dot file name is going to get like this, and I'm just going to have, I wanted to split this dot split. Split is based on a dot, you can see, and then I need a index position 1 from this list. Let's execute it. Now you have a txt. So you can take the extension as it is. Okay, so I wanted to say dot plus, let's try. Yeah. So concatenate operator is plus. So this is going to give a dot txt, this entire thing. I'm just going to add it to this particular place. Plus, add this. Now, if you take out this, if you see what we're getting for the file name, print of file name, we're getting as expected uppercase characters. So this is a file. So we already know about the split function. Okay, so we can use the split to split the data and upper to convert the characters into uppercase. So how we can use the indexing also we have seen. Okay, so from the list we have seen how we can read the data from the list. And now I need to have a target path. Source path is fine, and I wanted to have a target path, trg path equals to where I'm just giving a slash here, the target directory plus file name. Now if you print this target path, you can get. Okay, so I'm just going to print your source path and target path and see, observe the results, how exactly you're having. So from this place to this place, I wanted to copy the files. So in order to do that, you have a copy command, cp, and source path, you can take it, comma, and target path, you can take it. So it is going to do one by one copy of the file because we are changing the name of the file. If you're not changing the name of the file, if you wanted to give it as it is, then you can directly go for a directory copy that we have seen in the last session. Okay, so now I wanted to do this. I wanted to change. Okay, so the way we have done for getting the files, if you wanted to add a date to these files, then you can also do it. Okay, let me execute this. Something is missed. dbutils dbutils.fs.cp. Okay, now let's re-execute this. Now it is completed. I wanted to see what is there inside this target path. Can take a variable here. dbutils.fs.ls and pass this target directory and see. We have a employee1.txt, employee2.txt, employee3.txt. The file characters are changed to uppercase characters. Okay. Any doubt here? Okay. So the same kind of things we have done in a event data factory also implemented. Okay. So I will give some task to you. Okay. You just try. Try for tomorrow's session. Upload some more files also here. Department.txt. Customer.txt. Okay, so these are all the files, but my output should have employee1.txt, employee3.txt. Okay, so I wanted to get the data for only this values. This two only I wanted to get it. Okay, so just try for this particular use case. Okay, so if you start thinking about it, then you can have an idea how we can do small programs. Okay, so if I ask me, then what I suggest is whatever we have done with the copy data activity, which are related to file system, the same thing try to do it in the data factory. Try to do it in the Databricks. If you use copy activity to read a file from one place to another place, if I wanted to do the same thing in Databricks, how we can do it? Just think and try to do it. So make them into pieces. So mostly we are going to use copy command. If you have a source path and target path, then you can do it. So iterate the loop. This is for each activity. So for each also does the same thing. Inside for each we can have this file names. We can there also we have a split function if you want to use the split. Various options are there. Okay, so here also we have various options. Okay, so try to do the same activity in the Databricks so that we can have a clear picture. Okay, so I'm stopping here, and there are a few more things are pending from the DBSS command. Like I wanted to add a date extension to the say underscore date. If you want to try, you can try. Okay, and apart from that, I wanted to read data from yesterday. I wanted to read the data from yesterday file. I have a multiple files, but I wanted to read data from yesterday file. Then how we can read it? So those things are pending. Okay, so I'll take you through that, and then we are going to start talking about Azure Databricks with RDD API. So that is a low-level API. And what is RDD and why we are going to use RDD? We are going to talk in the next session. Any question before stopping?
Also tomorrow Sunday, right?
Sorry, not tomorrow means not tomorrow this.
Okay.
It is on Monday. Thank you. It's on Monday. Okay, so please start doing practice so that we can have some habituated with these commands. Okay, so we'll see. Okay, then thank you for joining and happy weekend. We'll see you on Monday.